Good evening, Rando fans from all parts of the world. Welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer League Race. I am Gamachu, and I am joined today by HXC Jetters. How are you doing, Jet?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Got an exciting race today. Chirality versus WallKicks. That's Yoshi's on Skis versus OP Get Good. So these two runners are pretty good. What are your predictions for this race, Gamma?
Yeah, that's really hard to say. These are pretty good players in the community, so it's going to be really exciting to see what kind of seed the RNG gods here gave them. Hopefully a friendly seed, though.
Yeah, if this is a pretty friendly, straightforward seed, this is going to be a pretty close match, I think. So this is week 1 of the league. Continuing on, the first week of the league is just your simple open, defeat Ganon, 7 crystals to open GTs, 7 crystals to make Ganon vulnerable. So no special fancy tricks or, twists of in logic here. That'll be next week when we get to Ambrosia week. But for now, we have open. Our runners should be getting underway here any second now, so where do you think they're going to start?
I've been seeing they've been doing, a lot of people in the tournament have been doing the standard Sanctuary start to Lost Wood, saving. I like to see somebody do the Uncle route, only because it's, my favorite. And we're off.
Looks like we got a split start. So WallKicks getting some early bombs there. Leaves you open with a few choices. Chirality, meanwhile, starting at Sanctuary. Going to do the good old standard route here. We get an early map check. I saw a blue pendant on Hera and crystals on Eastern and Desert.
This is interesting. WallKicks Wizard Bomb from Link's house is going straight to the dam. Probably going to make his way over to Agina's cave. 3 bombs isn't enough to do mini Moldrum Cave, unfortunately.
Yeah, not unless you want to gamble it and get really lucky from bomb drops, which I don't think anybody is going to do that. So our Tier 1 tree pull is just 4 rupees, so nothing big there. We got a red boomerang on the mushroom spot, so that'll be nice early on.
Yeah, I can see Chirality doing a stun price check here very soon.
All right, and as you predicted, WallKicks is headed over towards Agina. Meanwhile, speaking of Agina, Kira grabbing the book, so the desert palace is kind of open right now.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for WallKicks there, because if there is something important over there in Desert Palace, he's going to have to double back in this. But there was nothing important there on Desert Ledge.
Interestingly enough, though, Kira save and quit out after grabbing that book in the Lost Woods hideout. I haven't seen that play very often, so I'm actually curious to see what he's going to do. It looks like he's going to Kakariko.
Yeah, I think this has been standard routing I've been seeing from most people here in the tournament, going to Lost Woods, saving, quitting, and going to South Kakariko, going for those bombs. He got lucky, too. He got 2 bombs from those 50-50 pickups. And only 20 rupees here in the race game. Definitely not going to grab those.
So, was that an ice rod I saw?
You know what that means, right?
That means early Turtle Rock plays?
That means that Turtle Rock is most likely going to end up being a pendant. Oh, and getting a hook shot from the back of the tavern. That's really nice.
That's a nice item to have early on. So we're gonna go up from the south of Keck.
Kind of wondering what WallKicks is going through his mind right now after picking up that book. You know, just finished going through Agina's cave, and I just get the book. Come on, game.
Yeah, Kira having to pass up the bottle vendor. Don't have anywhere close enough the money. We get our first sword in the Kakariko well. Meanwhile, WallKicks coming in from the north side of Kakariko, so our runners are converging a little bit. Kira finding the flippers as well in Kakariko wells, so that'll be an interesting little route change there.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the well had all the goodies there, flippers and the sword.
Yep, not much going on in Blind's basement. Kira will have enough money to check out the bottle vendor after he's done here, but we'll get to see where he's going to go next. He's got the flippers, so you can do some water checks. Maybe not right away. Maybe save up for some Zora money before he does that.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested where Kira's going to go after this, because with the flippers and book, you know, is he going to go over there towards water checks or go straight to desert? I'm getting the ether from bottle vendor. Might come in handy later on.
Yeah, we don't have boots, gloves, or a fire source, so there's really not much incentive to go to desert right now.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I would probably just hold off on that, hoping to get maybe boots before going up there.
I would at least want a fire source and gloves.
All right, let's see what Uncle's going to give us here today. Just a big 20.
And our stun prize is 5 arrows. Kira getting not a whole lot. A little extra bombs from that chest, but nothing too special.
Oh, it looks like WallKicks here is going to farm some bombs. It doesn't have enough money to buy purchase any. He's going to use up a little time here, but...
Meanwhile, Kira is going to go ahead and go through the front of the castle. Not a bad play here. Once you get a weapon, this becomes not too bad of a play. Sometimes, you know, you can go in if you got about 5 bombs minimum. You know, you could do a bomb escape, but...
Oh, well, 50 bucks is nice. Gets you closer to Zora money. Others still need a lot more.
Meanwhile, WallKicks is going to give us our first look at Mini Moldorm Cave.
Alright, let's hope he doesn't get hit by any of these Moldorms, because one hit will kill him. Oh, it's playing it safe, using hookshot strats here. Not a bad idea. Oh, our first glove. $100 too, that's pretty good.
Yep, not too much else though. Just a pair of gloves. You know, that. Hey, that's always a good thing to have.
Definitely. Okay, he's gonna go for the hobo check here and gonna take a peek at what's over there in Lake Hylian Island. Only a heart piece.
So Kira gonna Death Warp out and didn't find much in the dungeon. So we'll see if he tries to check that Dark Cross or just moves on. Looks like he's going to go for the Dark Cross.
All right, one thing to note here is WallKicks picked up that glove, so he's most likely going to do the back of the escape before doing the front of the escape. And he finds 3 items back there. He doesn't have to worry about going to Dark Cross room if there's a small key. Because he's most likely going to end up doing the front of the escape if he comes here before going Dark Cross. So it'll be a time save for him.
Yep. And it looks like WallKicks aiming for that water, at least the waterfall. Probably going to peek the Zora ledge item and then maybe move on to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, if he saves and quits here, he's just totally going to be isolating that check.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a nice find.
Yep, Fire Rod is a pretty nice find. Now we got a fire source, so that gives us a little bit more options just a little bit down the road. Doesn't open too much just yet. Well, I guess it does open if Desert's not boot locked, we can finish Desert now.
It looks like he's going to go for back of escape. Yep.
Meanwhile, Kira is doing the South Shore checks now, checking out the dam, and we'll be stumbling upon that glove as well. So both our runners coming into parity pretty soon here. Wow. That's a hammer. So all we need is a Moon Pearl now, and we have Dark World access. Looks like WallKicks is going to go backwards and check out the Dark Cross chest. So, Gamma, what do you think? Do you think Moon Pearl is in Desert?
I'm thinking Desert is probably going to be the play here. I could definitely see Kira going there first before WallKicks, only because WallKicks already did gain escape, but who knows, Kira might be, decide to hold off on that. Maybe he'll look for a boots or fire source, maybe.
Yep, we do still have Eastern, and we have Saha's Closet as well to take a look at. Moon Pearl could be there as well. So we'll see what WallKicks does here.
Alright, looks like front of escape here. So yeah, the one good thing about this is he's gonna know, if he kept check of his items, he's gonna know after getting the boomerang chest that the last item in Zelda cell is gonna be the map, so he could just save and quit from.
So that 300 puts Kira up to Zora money. So looks like Kira's gonna go that direction. We might get to see what's on Zora here pretty soon.
The question is, do you think Kira is going to pick up that single arrow that WallKicks left behind on Zora Ledge?
Somehow, I don't think he is. Alright, WallKicks going into the dungeon now. So meanwhile, let's see. Provided there's nothing on Zora, we could go up to the mountain out of logic if we want. Or we could go over to Eastern to see if Moon Pearl is there. Or like Desert could be an option if it's not boots locked. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think Kira's gonna do after Zora?
It's really hard to say. I feel they'd be more tempted with a hookshot and glove on hand. Maybe Death Mount. For all we know, the logical access to Death Mountain could be in Desert. Right, WallKicks saving and quitting there.
Oh yeah, Kira does have the back of escape still to do, so yeah, he'll probably do that real quick. That's just a kind of a really easy give and check. It looks like WallKicks might be going for Desert here.
Yeah, I'd say this is a good play. You know, we want to stay in logic. But if he does find Moon Pearl here, I'm really curious to see if he's going to find, go to Hype. You know, I don't know what's going to be his move afterwards. Is he going to go to Death Mountain? Or go straight to Hype Cave? Or just bombs from Zora?
So Zora's a ripoff today. Yeah, I do agree. Staying in logic at this point is probably better because the Moon Pearl is likely to show up pretty soon, and being in logic is going to be the best place to find that right now.
Do you think this is going to be boots locked? WallKicks could potentially full clear if it isn't.
I get a feeling it's not boots locked.
Oh.
So that's promising. The big key could still be on the torch, but it's much less likely that it's boots locked now.
Looks like Kira is going to go for the Death Mountain play here.
And it is not boots locked, so WallKicks will be able to finish this one out. Question is there a good item on that torch? Yeah, I don't disagree with Kira's, going up to the mountain. You've got hook shot, you've got hammer. I mean, you can clear Hera, even though it's a pendant. You've got a lot of checks you can do, so this is definitely something that will keep you busy and could pay off pretty big.
He might be hoping that maybe he'll get lucky and find boots up here somewhere in Death Mountain, just in case Desert's blue.
Yeah, I don't think we'll find Pearl up here. That's just my best guess. But we could always find something, that'll give us progression later on.
Nice little safety to have early on in the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to blue mail if it's just staring at me in the face. Red mail, if it's on something like Zora's Ledge, I'll probably leave it behind, but blue mail's always nice to have.
Yeah, before even getting Dark World axes, that's always nice to have. Those enemies in Dark World really do hurt a lot of damage.
Alright, so we got a Paradox Cave check. There are 7 items here, so this could be a treasure trove. A lot of times it has something. Very rarely is it empty, so we'll see.
Well, a shield is nice for protection, I guess.
It blocks arrows. Alright, WallKicks taking on the Landmo. Almost got a one cycle land mode there, but just missed that third one. Meanwhile, Paradox Cave, pretty much nothing. Unless you value shields.
At least Kira got his money back from Zora. Not that money's gonna do much for him at this point. Oh, WallKicks better be careful.
Does have the blue mail, so can take a couple hits.
Oh, that was a close one, but nicely done. And gets rewarded with bombs.
So Moonpearl not here either.
Alright, so first blood goes to WallKicks at 1835. First crystal. So is Eastern the play then?
I think WallKicks will go to Eastern. Meanwhile, Kira is going to check out Hera. Could we have a vanilla Moonpearl?
Sitting up for Death Fort. Maybe gonna try attempt to do the Hera pot?
Yeah, that could be it. There's that big key. Yep, looks like he's clearing it out for the Hera pot.
Yeah, let's see what we have here behind Saha Closet. A whole lot of garbage.
Looks like Sahasrala's retirement fund.
Oh, and Kira gets it on first try. Really nicely done.
Very nice Hera pot. So, in most cases, Hera pot will save you time. Even if you get the big key. But if you don't get the big key and it's locked in the basement, it could be an item, so that might end up costing you time, but almost all the time Hera pot will save some time.
Alright, coming up to our first chest in Eastern is just a big 20. So we only have 2 in-logic checks left then. No, wait. No, this is the last thing we have left here, right? Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that we have left open, so there has to be something here in Eastern.
Oh, and
Just
there
like
it is.
that.
Alright, so Kira getting a small key from Moldorm means there's going to be a last item in the basement. Do you think he's going to go back to get it?
I want to say, yeah. I mean, I can't. He's already going back to get it, but I wanted to say, yeah. Like it's kind of a painful decision. Like you're already up here, and you came back empty-handed, so you might as well. But at the same time, it's like, you know, some cost fallacy as well. You might want to cut your losses. So yeah, it's really hard to say in that situation.
Yeah, this is a check most runners usually skip out on when clearing out a pendant Hera, but if it ends up being a big item, it'll be good news for Kira. And WallKicks for getting there, the big keys, vanilla.
So, unless the bow shows up, WallKicks will be walking out of here with whatever items are left, and then we'll probably go straight to the Dark World. WallKicks could still go to the mountain if he wanted to, but at this point, I would go to the Dark World. That's my best guess as to what WallKicks will do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see his next move. And unfortunately for Kira, only finding a heart piece in the basement. So nothing of value in here. And
Kira does still have Spiral Cave left, so it's headed over there. And then I think it'll be, I'd say Eastern time.
oh, the powder. That's interesting.
Actually, something we can check.
So this is good news for WallKicks. He doesn't have to worry about coming back to Eastern, not for a while, because he already collected all 3 items.
So
he's going for the powder play. Yeah, Death Mountain was complete garbage today. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, he never checked the race game. So yeah, he'll probably check powder on the way to the portal to the Dark World. And it looks like Kira is gonna go make the desert play. It's at least he won't be able to. He won't walk out of there without a crystal. But unfortunately, Eastern is the play to be made.
Yep, but I mean, he's gonna be able to single dip it, fully clear it. So that's a good thing about this play here. And looks like WallKicks is gonna be doing that powder check right. Just a big 20.
Yep, just a tip for coming to visit the Magic Bat. So we have a lot of Dark World options, but I'd say that with Fire Rod in hand, WallKicks may start at Skull Woods, provided it's a crystal, or maybe even if it's not a crystal, who knows. But we got immediately like Skull Woods and Thieves Town to do. I think that'll be one of those 2 places. Will be his first stab at the Dark World.
Yeah, one thing that worries me if he does go to Skull Woods is that heart count of his. 4 hearts Mothula Fighter Sword is not an easy fight.
No, but that could push him to do Thieves Town first to try to hope for a little bit more health or something.
He could always try to use hammer strats, but that hitbox with a hammer is just not really nice. Really small hitbox.
All right, green pendant on Thieves Town, red crystal on Skull Woods, and I didn't catch where the other red crystal was.
Looked like a red crystal at Ice Palace?
And then there was another pendant that I missed as well. I can't understand when all these runners they check the map for like a microsecond and it just like absorb all the information from it, man. They're just way too fast for me.
That's what they are. They're robots. You know, that's all they need. You know, a quarter of a second just to see where the pendants are. You know, that's good enough.
So WallKicks gonna grab the extra magic here, and got a small key, so can either go to the back or go back to the front.
Hopefully he does full up before the Moss fight, because 1.5 hearts is really pushing it.
There's enough heart pots in the room with all the pits to fill all the way up on health. Spend magic to make magic.
It looks like Kira got 2 of those animals down in the first cycle. Very nicely done. There's Kira's first crystal at 28 minutes, 38 seconds. Oh, and using Ether to kill these Gibdos.
Yeah, good way to save some magic, because that fire rod is going to come in handy a lot on the moth fight. Every little bit of magic you can save in a situation like this is precious.
Definitely. Alright, so 3.5 hearts. Any damage he takes from Mothula, it's going to be 1 heart because of blue mail, and Spikes is they're always going to do 1 heart damage. Let's see how this goes for him.
So far, Moths is playing pretty nicely.
I think 2 more hammer hits will do it?
Yeah, I think so too. You always hate to see Moth hanging out at the top there.
Nicely done.
Alright, well, we smash a Moth and get just the compass, so we'll be doing a little bit more exploration here to see what else Skullwoods holds for us. But another crystal in his pocket, and a red one at that. Meanwhile, Kira over at the eastern area, gonna check Saha's closet, get the disappointing amount of rupees. You know, whenever you find rupees, at least they might as well make it enough rupees to do something with, but not this time.
You're not going to say no to 45 rupees, right? Well, I mean, in Kira's case, I guess he doesn't really need it anymore.
So, Kira going into Eastern, will find the Moon Pearl and have the Dark World access. Something may occur to him after he gets Moon Pearl. He may just dip out. I mean, sometimes that happens if you feel behind. Once you get something like the Moon Pearl, you may just save and quit out of there and say, okay, I'm going straight to the Dark World. I don't care what else is in here for right now. Or you may finish it, so...
Yeah, if he does that, he could even save a little time not getting the powder from the big chest, so he doesn't have to bother doing that check. We know it's useless, so he's not going to miss out anything with that powder.
Alright, so far we haven't found anything in Skull Woods. Oh, there we go. Red cane.
It looked like Kira thought about it for a second there. Oh, that's unfortunate, getting it grabbed by the wall master there.
Those pesky wall masters. So, Kane's not a bad pickup here. And there's a heart piece, so there's our second item. WallKicks will be headed down to Village of Outcasts now. Might check Bumper Ledge on the way, but yeah. Looks like Kira is going to go over to Kakariko, going to start from the Village of Outcast side as well. So we'll see if Kira, with 6 hearts, does Mothula first or goes to Thieves Town first.
Well, the good news for Kira is he'll be in much better shape fighting Mothula with 6 hearts compared to WallKicks' 4.
So in C House, we have just a big 20. And we're going to get a check of all the Village of Outcast buildings first. And yeah, it looks like for sure Swamp Palace has the other pendant and Ice Palace has the red crystal.
Yeah, I just noticed Kira never picked up that blue mail from Desert Ledge. That's really interesting. Maybe he fell a little behind and just decided it's not worth the pickup.
Could be.
Or maybe didn't want her the character sprite to be blue. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But so far, this seed is kind of a slow burn. Not a whole lot going on. I mean, you just like got that trickle of items, like, and you know, when you get seeds like this, you start to second guess yourself. Where it's, did I miss something? You know, should I have gone somewhere else? You know, these things are just always start getting to your head. You know, where you just got this slow trickle of items coming in.
All right, looks like WallKicks is gonna be happy with those first 4 checks. Did you happen to see what the first chest of Thieves Town was?
I did, but I don't recall. I don't think it was anything important. So Kira's going to go for the moth as well. We could see a situation where Kira goes to the back of Thieves Town and finds something. This is our first, like, kind of real divergence here where one runner could get an advantage. Well, a potential for a divergence.
Very nicely done by Kira. Hammer is really difficult to use against Mothula, but he did it pretty nicely. Pretty nicely done.
Yeah, the key to Hammer Moth is getting above Moth. It makes it a lot easier to do that fight, because if you're beneath Moth, you're susceptible to the beams, and the hitbox of the hammer is much harder to use in that room. For hammer upswings, at least. All right, we got the fungus on Stumpy, so we already got the powder, so no need for worrying about turning that in. So at some point, WallKicks may turn that in. And now we're gonna get check at Hype Cave. Hasn't been hyped since 1997.
That sounds about right.
But let's see if today is different.
Alright, that's something.
I'd say mild hype. Flute is good.
Fortunately, it doesn't open up anything for us right now. Actually, it'll be new checks for him. It'll put Death Mountain in Logic. He never went up there, so he might be tempted to make his way up there now.
Yeah. Because your only other option is really kind of just do pod without the bow, and pyramid and catfish. So mountain's starting to look pretty good. Unfortunately for WallKicks, though, there's nothing up there.
Yeah, but for him, it's it's probably gonna be the best option. Do I want to dip bowless pod back of Thieves Town? Death Mountain certainly seems better.
Yeah, and I see chat talking about the ice rod. We do know that ice rod is on the library ledge, which means at some point boots are going to be required for this seed. However, ice rod being the thing that we need, those boots could be anywhere.
What nasty spot are they gonna be in today?
And WallKicks turning in that mushroom, so let's see what the fungus brings us. Just a bunch of money. Not bad. We don't have any bottles yet, so can't even grab a potion or anything like that.
Yeah, about 40 minutes in and still no bottle.
So WallKicks is going up to the mountain. Meanwhile, Kira is going to go follow in WallKicks' footsteps and clear out Village of Outcasts.
Okay, so it looks like the first 4 chests of Thieves Town was only 2 items, so Kira might be tempted to get the 2 items in the back, plus the green pendant.
Yeah, back up Thieves Town could be the play because we do have that green pendant, so it is worth 3 items. And Thieves Town really not that long of a dungeon to do in anyway, so it could be worth doing.
Let's see, Kira, are you gonna do it? Oh,
Yeah.
he's going for it. He's going for it.
So this will be new information for us. This could be big.
Yeah, and with what we know, this feels like a great play. Yeah, it's either pod or this.
So Kira getting them skeleton boys out of the way.
Gotta be a little careful here, though. It's only down to 1.5 hearts, and most of these enemies do 2 hearts of damage with just green mail.
Yeah, this is the most nerve-wracking room when you've got like 1 or 2 hearts, because one misstep, anything in that room will do at least 1 heart of damage in that hellway.
Switching over to hookshot, play it safe to kill these little crickets. Definitely agree.
Alright, so here's our first new check. Let's see, will it be something good?
It's gonna be the map. I lied.
That's something good for Kira. At least he has much less health worries now.
Oh, that was a Sanctuary heart too, so that came at a really good time. Going for that Hera play. Hopefully he doesn't forget to check the tablet before leaving this area.
Yeah, most of the time Sanctuary Heart only shows up when you're trying to do a Death Warp. Alright, so what else do we have here? We got the small keys, so I'm gonna have to take a trip over to the big chest real quick. It looks like WallKicks is setting up for the Hera pot here. And the bow is in the big chest. That is a big find by Kira.
That's definitely big. I really wonder when WallKicks is going to make his way back over here.
Now, that's just one of 2 bows, so it's possible WallKicks may find another. And may not even need to grab that one.
Absolutely. Right now, once he's done with Death Mountain, all he's going to have left at this point would be Pod, Catfish, and the back of Thief's Town. And I definitely don't see him coming back to Thief's Town.
Let's see. I'm thinking, here's my prediction. Titan's Mitts in Pod.
No, don't say that. No, what we want is WallKicks to come here ASAP, not something to lead him away from, Thieves Town. But Kira gets it done right here with Blind, gets the green pendant. Maybe we'll find more goodies from that.
Yeah, because I feel like we need like Mirror, not even Mirror really, but well, I guess Mirror would give us swamp access. Mirror or Titan's Mitts really is the next thing I'm expecting to show up, because after we're done with Pod, there's not much left.
Yeah, at this point, if I had to guess, yeah, maybe Mirror inside Pod, Mitts inside Swamp. It kind of always feels that way when Swamp is a pendant.
Yeah, WallKicks is going to elect to go back in for that basement item as well, so both our runners going for that bait in the basement.
Yeah, I can't really blame him either. He really doesn't have much checks left after this.
One thing to note, though, we don't have Lamp. So part of Pod is actually out of logic still, even with the bow.
That's true, but these runners do have Fire Rod, so that would put at least the Dark Rupee room in logic with a new change in V30. Maybe the lamp will be in there. I kind of am hoping it's going to be sitting there. That's really unfortunate for WallKicks, getting a full heart heal right as he was preparing for Death Warp. That feeling always sucks when it happens.
Yeah. Kira picking up the flute as well, but doesn't look like he's going to activate it, and has no reason to, because that flute does nothing for him right now.
Yeah, he's going to book it straight to Pod. I'll be interested to see, though, if he'll do Pyramid Fairy Catfish before making his way to Pod. Nope, going straight to Pod.
I would do the same here, just because you can full clear Pod. There's no reason to not go here first.
Oh yeah, of course. I definitely agree with that.
If you didn't have the bow, then maybe you do catfish and pyramid ledge first. Just try to hope and see if you can get the bow before you get to pod. But yeah, when you have everything to clear it, I would do this first. It may save you having to check the pyramid ledge and catfish.
Yeah, just noticing the red crystals too. He might hold off on checking that pyramid ledge until he has both red crystals. That way he could combo it in with a pyramid fairy.
Yeah, definitely. Once we get myths, we have access to Ice Palace.
Okay, so this is kind of going to be pretty huge if its pod's going to be bow lock here right off the... Right, well, not yet at least.
Could still be bow locked, but so far, we at least can get through another room.
Looks like WallKicks is going to be making his way over to pod.
Yeah, I would completely expect this play. You know, going back to something you passed up as opposed to doing new checks. At this point, I think a lot of people would do this.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. And he's probably going to be happy seeing those two small keys too in the first two chests. You know, make him think, oh, there is something going to be in here. It's not bow lock, so... Hopefully there is another bow for him out there, though. Oh my gosh.
And there is! Wow, that is a big break for WallKicks.
Wow. Totally didn't expect that.
I guess that's a commentator's blessing.
Definitely. I'm still in shock. I was really expecting GT. Usually, that's how it kind of feels like most of the time. One bow is in you know, somewhere silly like the backup pendant Thieves Town. The other one's gonna be hard locked in GT. So this is a nice bailout for WallKicks.
I'm sure Kira doesn't feel too good about finding that second bow, though. Had to go all the way back to Thieves Town to get the first one, and then realizes there's a second one that he could have just used.
Yep. Well, WallKick is still not out of this yet. That green pendant could still hold something important.
That is true. Alright, so let's see what's in the back here.
Alright. Yeah, so this Dark Rippy room will be in logic with Fire Rod.
Wow, so...
Okay, so
still
how
no
much
lamp.
hallway?
If lamp doesn't show up there, I guess that it'll probably be... Oh, you could say harmless hallway. Or it might be on Pyramid Ledge or Catfish.
Yeah, that's all we have left that's in logic. I mean, of course, these runners are going to finish off a pod.
So Kira got something, probably the big key. I don't think we've seen that yet.
Yeah, it looks. I think that was a big key.
So Pod just having the bow.
Alright, so what's her next move after this? Do you see Kira saving quitting right after or going straight to Pyramid Ledge to catfish?
There's really not much else to do than Pyramid Legend Catfish.
Yeah, hopefully he does go for that because he still has that mushroom. You might believe that's going to be the next progression. It's like WallKicks going for the hammer. Yep. This will work out for him because the big key is right there.
So Kira's about to do everyone's favorite turtle party in the dark, and with green mail, that isn't too friendly.
No, you don't want to underestimate these turtles. Luckily, he does have the fire rod, so hopefully he does put that to good use. Oh, and looks like he is.
He has been shown the light.
Massacre of Turtles just hurts my eyes. It's the only way to progress through this dungeon.
Alright, so we're gonna see a Helmasaur fight. With Silvers, this will be pretty quick.
Yeah, Kira's gonna come out with a time save here and after breaking the helmet here.
If you can do hammer strats post the mass break, it's actually pretty quick as well. It's just very hard to do those up hammers.
And the cape. Well, we don't have to worry about that because both runners ended up seeing what was on Bumper Cave. Don't do it. Okay, so
Is he gonna go for Spike Cave, maybe?
I think he's gonna activate the flute and immediately turn in the mushroom. I'm sure he does have in his mind though that cape is out of logic, so Spike Cave could still have something important, but we know progression is gonna be somewhere either in Pyramid Ledge or Catfish.
Yeah, so WallKicks though has the active flute, so all he has left is the back of Thieves Town and Pyramid Ledge and Catfish to do. So I suspect he'll go Pyramid Ledge and Catfish before going back to Thieves Town.
It looks like he's gonna machine gun his way through second phase here with that bow.
Yeah. You just gotta hope that Helmasaur plays nice.
Hey, that was nicely done. That's a safe strat I enjoy doing myself. Hammer, using the hammer is pretty difficult. Not even picking up the money.
Alright, so Kira has the green pendant, so there's a good chance this is something. We don't have that much left to check, so I mean, it could be something big or it could be nothing.
That's true. I forgot. I'm too focused on Pyramid Legend Catfish that, you know, Green Pendant was still on the table.
Not the biggest, but we'll take it. I mean, we can get into Pendant's Swamp.
Yeah. These time paying off big time here with Bo and Mir.
So it looks like WallKicks is going to do Eastern. Kira, since he's already here, is going to do that. But WallKicks, I'd say he's thinking now, like, what should I do next? Because these are the plays you make when you're not sure on what you want to do. Because there's nothing for him here. It's just a crystal.
Yeah, he may be just using this time to kind of think, like, what do I do next? Do I want to do the back of Thieves Town or go straight for, you know, Pyramid Legend Cat? Maybe even Spike Cave. Out of logic, but...
Yeah, because you can... You know, you don't have to think too much during this, and it's something you got to do anyway. So you might as well be productive while you figure out what you're going to do next.
Or maybe, yeah, maybe that mirror is just bait. Maybe it's no progression at all since Swamp is a pendant. Maybe we'll find, I don't know, the myths on Pyramid Ledge and
I mean,
myths on Catfish.
I mean, the mirror could be required and it could be bait all at the same time, but you know.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I see it's definitely gonna be progression somewhere in Catfish, or not Catfish, Swamp.
I mean, it could be Graveyard Ledge for all we know, but until we see Pyramid Ledge and Catfish, we don't really know for sure. But the strong signs are to Swamp Palace because it has the most checks to do, so there's highest chance of something being there.
It's okay, it's gonna get his powder here in the big chest. But after this, I'm pretty sure he's gonna book it straight to Swamp.
But yeah, the good news for WallKicks is that it's gonna force him to get the green pendant pretty soon here. Unless something else shows up. Unless like Titan's Myths are on the Pyramid Ledge or something. If nothing shows up, he's gonna have to go back to Thieves Town very soon here.
Yeah, so that's the good thing about this, you know. That mirror is probably blocking a whole lot of stuff. Oh, it looks like he's gonna make his way to Pyramid Ledge.
Yeah. And when it's all said and done, WallKicks will probably have those silvers in hand as well.
Nice benefit of having those early silvers, one-shotting those Armos Knights.
And we got 10 arrows on the Pyramid Ledge, so that's not the answer. Looks like Kira is gonna go for Swamp Palace here.
Catfish has been a run killer for a lot of people in the past tournament we just had, so if he does have something big, I don't see Kira going for it anytime soon. If he finds, let's say, the mitts inside Swamp.
Yeah, I would be shocked if Swamp Palace was empty. Even if it's not the 100% answer, I'm certain something is there.
Or maybe even Pad. I didn't even realize that.
And Catfish has for us today just some bombs, so that means WallKick has to go back to Thieves Town. I mean, he could go to Spike Cave, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he knows his best choice is going to be Thieves Town, but
I guess he's going for it.
Hey, there could still be something big in there. You know, for all we know, maybe he's thinking, hey, maybe the lamp is in back of Thieves Town and the cape is going to lead us to something big here.
Yeah, this is, for WallKicks, this is something where you just kind of like, you commit to your gambles, you know? It's like, if I gamble to, you know, skip this area, I'm going back there last.
Oh, that fairy getting away.
But not that one.
Oh, you know, we're 1 hour in and we still haven't found a single bottle. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'd say.
Are they all hiding inside GT? Ganon just hoarding them? Oh, that's really unfortunate.
And that's the big 20 in Spike Cave, so yep. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you get got, and WallKicks knows probably what he has to do now. Face the music and go back to Thieves Town.
Oh, Ice Rock Cave. He skipped that early?
He did not go back for it. I
oh,
don't
right,
think.
he's saved. Oh, there's a myth.
So, yep. Swamp Palace being the answer. Those mitts are, you know, that busts the seed wide open for Kira. So, there's plenty of stuff that he can do. WallKicks won't be too far behind him.
So, at this point, we just need the boots to get the ice rod. Maybe another medallion for go mode? It's looking for only maybe just one item, then the boots.
Oh, WallKicks didn't do Zora.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He is really committing to skip that back of Thieves Town.
Yeah, he's really determined, but you can't really blame him. It was early on, you know, going into the dark world, so he still had a lot open to him. But this is it, right? He has nothing else left after Zora?
I want to say no, but I keep... there's our lamp.
Lovely.
Yeah, I want to say yes at this point, but he seems to keep finding old checks he hasn't gone back to yet. So there may be stuff I forgot about.
Alright, so carry gambling nothing on Argus, so it is a pendant, it's not required, so
yeah, this is the Thieves Town play, but WallKicks could do a ped check here, and if let's see, I mean,
yeah.
It could be a medallion.
Yeah, they could still bring him back in this game. There's still a lot of rando left, so
looks like he's not gonna go for it though, so Well, we will need another medallion when it's all said and done, because Quake is Misery Mire.
Alright, so we're on the hunt for 2 items here then. Well, 3, but, you know, once we get boots, we're gonna know where Ice Rod is.
And Kira's gonna check to see if Quake is hidden under the mat, as they say. It is not. So looks like we're gonna have to go either to Ice Palace or back up the mountain to check out the dark side.
Yeah, if he saves and quit, I feel he's gonna do maybe Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny. Nope, he's pulling out the flute, so it's probably Ice Palace?
I mean, you can full clear Ice Palace, so you might as well. It's gonna open up the Pyramid Fairy. This is a strong play here. I don't see a whole lot of advantage necessarily to doing the dark side of the mountain as opposed to this, but I mean, I think they're pretty equally good. It's just that this is a little bit more, you know, productive as you know, like in terms of what you'll get out of this.
Yeah, and you know, you want to limit the number of trips you take up to Death Mountain. So, you know, if you end up finding Quake here, you know, you just keep on clearing crystal dungeons, and hopefully the next time you go up the Death Mountain will be your last time.
Yeah. So that's item 1, just a heart container. That's always good to get an item or a key there, because at least the key will make routing a little bit easier, and then item is just one less thing you have to worry about.
With Green Mail, though, he's got to be careful not to go in with too low of a health going into the cold stir fight, because those puffballs do hurt. I believe they do 4 hearts of damage with Green Mail.
Yeah, I think something like that. And WallKicks, even though he's going to last location in this progression, not terribly far behind. Any big divergence that pans out for him, you know, could still bring him back in this.
Yeah, there's still a whole lot of rando. So, you know, say, hey, there he is getting silvers. Say maybe Smith's Chain may have some sort of progression. Kira decides to hold off on doing that for a long time.
Or if he goes straight for the mountain. Obviously, a lot of people will check Mire area first because it's the quickest. But after that, you know...
Yeah, and generally people like to hold off on doing Ice Palace to see if they could try to go-mo that. You know, looking up Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain, overworld checks before committing to Ice Palace. But at this point, he does need to try to cut corners where he can.
Yeah, it's always kind of a... It's always kind of a hard decision on when you've actually last location something. You know that you're probably behind, and you want to start cutting corners to buy back time, but at the same time, it runs at the risk of passing up checks that has something. So it's kind of a tough decision as to where you cut your corners.
Okay, or maybe he could think of, you know, at this, you know, he probably knows he's behind. Last location, that mirror. He might decide to make that call, you know, let's go ahead and do Left Side Swamp. That's something I'm sure, you know, my opponent didn't do. And finds boots in there or something, you know.
And it's also entirely reasonable to suspect that your opponent last locationed the mirror, because there are people that skip the back of Thieves Town regularly, so when it's a pendant. So that's an entirely possible thing to kind of put in your head and see, because at this point, you're thinking, what did your opponent do versus what do you need to do?
Yeah, that's true. But by the looks of his reaction right there, getting that mirror from Sahasrara, ended up throwing silver arrows right at him before picking it up. I don't think he's too happy.
I know I wouldn't be. I found that Sahasrara has been having progression lately.
Yeah, it seems like he's just holding on to all the goodies.
So WallKicks is gonna check K45 real quick here. This is a good heads up play because realistically, there's not much better chance. And there's our first bottle.
Now we're 14 minutes in. First bottle, an empty bottle too. They couldn't even take the time to put something good in there. Alright, so Kira, I don't think he'll have too much problem not missing. Take a shot at a cold stare here.
Chat bringing up a good point. We haven't seen what's on Sick Kid yet.
Yeah, with that late bottle.
Alright, so Kira is going to do a Hammer Cold Stare with Green Mail. No matter how much health you have with Green Mail, this is a scary fight on Hammer.
Yeah, looks like he's handling it very nicely here. Playing it safe. Oh, please be careful, Kira.
And as you can see, they hug very hard.
Oh my gosh, that falling hill saved them.
Yeah, he would have died. He got hit by the falling ice instead of Cold Stare, the eye puff, which actually would have one-shot him.
Oh, this is really stressful. Be careful, Kira. You don't want to die here.
It's like there's a reason the game gives you blue mail in this dungeon.
Oh, taking an unfortunate death there. But yeah, that's really mean of the game not to give you any bottles before coming in.
Kira doesn't seem very happy about that one.
At least he has
might be going to buy a potion real quick to go back for it.
Yeah. Buying one to refill himself and another one to go inside.
Meanwhile, WallKicks in Swamp Palace here. Gonna find the mitts.
Do you think he's gonna bail out immediately after those mitts?
See, that's a very good question. There's still a lot of stuff you can check in here, so I don't say he will. But if you're looking to cut corners, like, that's a huge gamble to make, and it's something that could pay off.
Alright, this will be... Okay, so he's gonna stick around then. He could still find something big on Argus if he decides to go as far as clearing it, that dungeon.
So far, though, I'd say WallKicks is, due to that death on Kira's side, is starting to get a little bit of that time back, because Kira really hasn't checked much since getting those mitts, and WallKicks is almost done with Swamp Palace here.
Alright, this is interesting then. He is gonna go kill Argus. So this is his chance of getting a, you know, a game-changing item here. Because if he does find, let's say, boots, Kira's not gonna come back here for a long time.
Yeah, if there's something good on Argus, that's a hard sell to go back to Pendant Swamp. Unless Kira finds out there's something on Ped. And WallKicks is gonna menu boss this one.
Yeah, there's people that prefer to use spin strats with a fighter sword. It is a little pretty difficult to do. So this is not a bad way to go about it.
Yeah, spin strats is only faster if you consistently can get double pulls. Other than that, I don't think it's much faster than menu boss.
Alright, Kira heading into for round 2.
Cold Stare round 2, the Revengeing.
I got trust in Kira.
Alright, so left side swamp has an item. I don't know if we found the map earlier, but we have at least one item on left side swamp.
Yeah, there's one item.
But WallKicks is not interested. And given that, I don't blame him. You know, given that he last location the mitts the mirror, and therefore the mitts, you know, I really don't blame him for skipping on a left side swamp there.
Yeah, absolutely. And was that is Kira's crystal number 5. Looks like Kira is going to be hitting, making the pyramid play.
Yeah, so WallKicks is gonna check Mire area, which is kind of standard when you get the mitts or the flute right away. You just check here. It's 3 easy, simple checks, and you get the knowledge of what medallion you need for Mire. So this is always something that's on the top of your list once you get access.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to try to get as much information as you can. See what items do I need for go mode. In this case, he just found out, oh, wait, I need Quake too.
But after this is where it could get a little bit different. So Kira opted to finish out Ice Palace and check Pyramid Fairy. WallKicks, if he goes up to the mountain, it's possible he could find the next progression here.
And heading straight into Ice Palace, so he's not going to be saving any time here, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Is he going to pull a ped?
Oh, yeah, he could.
This is big. Let's see if he...
He could also be... he's going to Ped, but he could also be doing Smith Chain afterwards. It's possible. Looks like Kira found nothing in the Pyramid Fairy, though. Just a blue cane and a shield. Blue cane's pretty nice, though. I'd like to see progression, but I won't say no to a blue cane.
Alright, if you're rooting for WallKicks, you want this to be the boots or Quake.
And the Ped blind pull today is 10 whole arrows!
Those are sparkling arrows, though. They're special arrows.
I mean, they're free. You didn't have to pay a thing for them.
Maybe he's gonna set those arrows aside and use them especially for Ganon.
Alright, so WallKicks, at this point, I don't know, like, I don't know what he's gonna do, because Ice Palace is one of those places where you can choose to try to go mode it and hope nothing's there, or because it does take a long time to full clear it. So, and there's not that much in terms of checks here.
Yeah, he might just end up doing, you know, kind of go moding it. Just check the chest along the way. Oh, and here's that sick kid check. 1 hour and 24 minutes. All for a heart piece.
So yeah, Kira though is gonna go up to the mountain and check out the dark side. So if there's nothing there, it could be on left side swamp.
No, don't say that. Left side swamp doesn't exist right now.
I'm just letting the audience know what checks we have left.
Okay, there's still this Smith chain.
That is true too. Smith chain. We haven't seen Graveyard Ledge yet either.
Oh yeah, that's another awful one-off check.
And yeah, it is possible that we do have access all the way to Laser Bridge right now.
Chat bringing up a good point with that. I didn't realize. Maybe we already have the medallion for TR, and maybe boots are in there. You know, logical double dip. That would be pretty mean of the sea to do that, though.
Yeah, so that's what we have on the plate now. So we'll see. Oh, there's a second bottle.
Yeah, it looks like all bottles were mid-locked. Mid-locked? Yeah, that fairy would have been nice for Kira before diving inside swamp.
Yeah, so we'll see what the seed delivers over here. Hookshot Cave has 4 items, so we got a good potential of something being here. Another.
Wow, that's. Come on, game.
Oh, there we go. Now we don't have to hunt for a Master Sword Go mode, but that doesn't help us a whole lot.
Yeah, that's really rude. That's unfortunate too. WallKicks taking a drop there, so he's gonna lose a little more time than Kira. Well, no, that's not true. Unless he dies. Oh gosh, we did not want to see that here.
Yeah, that's not something you want to see.
And I believe he is gonna be making that play.
Yeah, there's no reason to open it now. Spend all this time opening it if you're not gonna go for it. And Kira is going to make the play into Turtle Rock, so this could be a big chance for WallKicks to get a lot of time back if it comes up empty in Turtle Rock, because there are some things that we have left to check in the overworld.
Yeah, for him though, I believe, you know, he might go ahead and choose Dark Death Mountain over Smith's Chain, because yeah, I think that's all he has left.
So WallKicks is going to full clear Ice Palace though, so we'll be at least getting about a lot of the deal here.
So if you find boots right here, and there's 2 chests that Kira's about to open, do you leave immediately or just keep clearing, hoping to find that quake somewhere in here?
No question, I leave immediately because there's no point in going that deep into Turtle Rock without the Ice Rod, and you know where it's at.
Okay, one thing Kira could do is, because neither of these runners did Aga, they could choose to save that portal and come back up here later on. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. You could save the portal. That is a good point. Does this count for a boots go mode if it turns out that way? Or is it, does it only count if the boots are the last item you need?
I'm okay with boots go mode. Alright, did we get the big key yet?
No, I don't think so. Oh, wait. Yes. Yes. Alright, so WallKicks is about to face off against Coldstare. Does have blue mail, so this fight's going to be a little bit more, you know, generous, but still, you can never underestimate a Hammer Coldstare fight. You have to play that fight as best as you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Because even on red mail, Coldstare can chip away at your health pretty quickly.
It looks like he has a pretty good handle on them.
All right.
Very nicely done there.
So now, will WallKicks check Pyramid Fairy right away, or will he go do some other things?
All right, he has Pyramid Fairy open right after. Yeah, if he finished it before even going up Death Mountain, I feel like he kind of have to go with the Pyramid.
All right, here comes the moment of truth. What's in Mimic Cave? I never see Mimic Cave have anything. Hey, a sword, not bad.
Yeah, you definitely are happy seeing that, because if you have Master Sword going up against Ganon, it could be a pretty difficult fight. Oh,
yeah, I will take a sword. It looks like this is probably a blacksmith chain play.
Yeah, okay, this could be good for him. If you find the boots down here, he could single dip Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this could definitely put things back in his favor.
Alright, looks like it's gonna come down to Laser Bridge. It always comes down to Laser Bridge.
Yep. So, WallKicks is gonna find something. There are items to be had. Will they be impactful? We'll find out.
But this is Smith's Chain. Smith's Chain almost never has anything good, right?
In a seed like this, Smith Chain usually has something good, to be honest. When you have to hunt hard for, like, big ticket progression items, Smith Chain...
final bottle.
Smith Chain usually has something. Alright, so Kira's starting up on Laser Bridge. First chest is a compass. Piece of heart.
There's red mail.
The boots are on Laser Bridge! Are you kidding me?
That is really huge for Kira. So, definitely gonna be booking it straight to library, get the ice rod, and come back right here right after to finish off Turtle Rock. Only to because he's gonna have the portal saved here.
But we do still need that Quake medallion.
I don't know if Kira already found all 5 items, because if he did, then, you know, he could hold off on that, but, yeah, if it's not here, purple chest, all we have left at this point is Graveyard Ledge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kira heading straight back up the mountain.
And there it is.
There's Quake.
But
Okay, so
that I'm not sure if that
this could be a little, I want to say, not good for WallKicks, only because he's gonna end up full clearing Meyer, looking for that looking for the. Yeah, well, Kira, when he finds that Quake, he's gonna go ahead and go-mo that dungeon. So this, yeah, it's unfortunate, really.
Yeah, sometimes you get randoed.
That's really mean of the sea to do that, though. Come on, putting boots inside Turtle Rock when Ice Rod's sitting right there in Laser Bridge. Ice Rod on library.
Yeah, this is not one of the nicest seeds in the world here. Alright, Kira with the bacon sword. Gonna make quick work of Trinex here.
I'm trying to think what's the best item WallKicks could find in this dungeon to kind of help him out, but I don't really think there's anything else that could help him.
Fourth sword, that's about it.
Half magic, maybe?
Yeah, half magic or the fourth sword, but really, at this point, there's not going to be a whole lot that it's just going to all be, at this point, solid execution on WallKicks side, and just, you know, for fans of WallKicks, you kind of hope that Chirality has some slip-ups here and there.
What we don't want to find here is a shovel. That'll just be another time sink.
Looks like Kira's gonna check Spike Cave.
The good thing out of doing this miss chain is Kira's gonna end up with at least 1 mil up.
Yeah, that is fortunate for Kira. So that I don't think he'll be upset about picking up, you know, 1 armor upgrade.
Oh right, getting boots too, of course, opens up boot checks.
Luckily, we don't have that many boots checks. So, chat's asking, where does WallKicks need to go? WallKicks does, in fact, need to go to TR. Boots are on Laser Bridge, which is going to get him the final piece of the puzzle that he needs because Ice Rod is on Library. So we need the Boots to knock that off. Meanwhile, Kira needs to do Blacksmith Chain to get Quake so that he can get access to Misery Mire. So it looks like Kira has moved systematically through these checks, and this will probably be the Smith Chain.
Let's see, Smith Chain or Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna do Graveyard Ledge first and then Smith Chain.
Oh, Kira didn't do Bumper Cave. That was WallKicks then. Looks like WallKicks is setting up a spooky action there. Okay, I'm totally wrong.
And there's our fourth sword, so...
Okay, so... You definitely not gonna reject a gold sword, you know, sitting right in front of you.
So, at best, WallKicks will have Tempered Sword to finish. At worst, Master Sword, because he will be in Go mode by the time he hits Turtle Rock, so may not even check Mimic Cave for that third sword that we found. I don't think he'll ever go to Graveyard Ledge.
No, that's a safe bet.
In fact, he may not go to... What was it? Was it Super Bunny or Hookshot Cave that had the second sword?
Super Bunny. No. Hookshot Cave had a second sword.
Yeah, so he could go straight through Turtle Rock and hope there's a swords there, or he could go check those real quick before going into Turtle Rock, because he's gonna need a sword for Go mode at this point.
Yeah, he's still gonna be looking for boots when he's making his way through Turtle Rock, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up full clearing everything before, you know, he gets those boots. Yeah, that'd be quite a gamble going straight into Turtle Rock without even doing a Hookshot Cave. Maybe it's just God visioning right from here. Alright, now it's Kira's turn to get cursed with $20.
Alright, so WallKicks going through Super Bunny here. Next will be Hookshot Cave.
Did Kira not do South Grove? K45?
Did not.
Okay, so it looks like he is gonna lasso Quake medallion. I think he did everything else before that.
Yeah, now that I think about it, WallKicks will get that third sword because he will be looking for boots. So yeah, he'll check Mimic Cave.
Yeah, I don't see him completely skip. Maybe getting the big chest, opening the big chest before going to Mimic Cave, but he's definitely gonna be looking through Mimic. All right, 1 hour and 43 minutes, 56 seconds. We have Kira and Goma.
Meanwhile, WallKicks going into Turtle Rock. This is his last location.
I don't think Kira has enough magic.
Oh wait, WallKicks also has. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Ask and you shall receive.
That was a really lucky drop. It's like in you.
Even after all the times we toss that bird in the water, he still helps us out.
Yeah, who would have thought? He's a forgiving bird, that's why.
So yeah, WallKicks. This isn't last location because he's still got Graveyard Ledge, but pretty much last location.
You know, even after all this has been the way that Seed ended up playing out, I think the runners are still going to end up being fairly close to each other going into GT.
That is true.
And while we're watching these runners finish up these last dungeon, I'd like to give a shout out to Irritable Penguin doing all the button mashing here on the background.
Yeah, and as we wait for these runners to kind of finish up their little chores here, why don't you give them a follow for putting on this great race for us? This has been quite a seed, and they're having to deal with all these shenanigans that the seed's putting in front of them.
Yeah, with all the, all this bad stuff they had to kind of go through, they definitely earned it. Please do give them a follow.
All right, and just want to remind everybody that we are going to have a big key guessing game coming up soon here. As soon as Kira gets past Vitreous here, he's going to be on his way up to GT, so start thinking about those guesses. We'll get the game started as soon as Vitreous is dead. So, but I don't know. I always tend to like 7.
7? That's pretty generous. But considering that all the, all this bad stuff they went through, that seems fair. I'll go with, you know what, I'll be a little evil. Let's go with 10. And just like that, there goes Viddy.
Alright, get those guesses in. The game is started. There's 1 through 22 locations that big key can be. So get those guesses in chat, and we will see where that big key is as soon as Kira starts working on GT here. The guesses will be closed the moment he enters GT.
And just a reminder, we will be going by the chest Kira gets a big key. So if WallKicks ends up doing a different round than Kira and gets it beforehand, we're still going to go with Kira's pick. Yeah, this is going to be about maybe a 90-second difference, more or less.
Yeah, WallKicks just has pretty much the time it takes him to go knock the fire rod off the shelf and get back up the mountain as fast as possible.
Alright, so this is still anybody's game. This is still fairly close. Alright, 1 hour and 50 minutes, 55 seconds. That's go mode for WallKicks.
Alright, guesses are closed, and now we start the game. So, number 1 is just a small key.
Looks like here might go for the DM strats here. Fairly popular routing for when hunting for that GT big key.
Number 2, small key. Number 3, bombs. Number 4 is a bug net, and number 5 is another small key.
Hey, they can catch fairies now. Hey, well, wait, WallKicks? Did he not? He didn't go back to his Oh, he forgot.
He just realized what he did.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, I thought he was going up the Death Mountain trying to avoid those rocks falling down. And I was gonna fall down. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. He's gonna have to go through the dungeon again.
So for those of you that were wondering what we're talking about, he was trying to save his portal right outside Laser Bridge, and because he went back into the Dark World, he lost that saved portal.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he, for a split second, he just thought, you know, maybe he cleared Aga portal. No, wait, it wouldn't matter anyways, because he could have just hookshot it over there.
Alright, so here we go. Number 8 is a map. Number 9, compass. Number 10, piece of heart. And number 11 is a heart container.
Are we going to go for the 20 heart dream here? Oh, it's going to be making a full right. You've been keeping better count than I have. What number is this?
This would be 12.
Nice and easy work with the silver arrows.
13 bombs, and number 14 is our winner.
Alright, so DM strats did end up working out for him at the end. That's a nice time.
So Spy Weaver is the winner. They were the first to guess 14, and then we also have a Dirty One 1983, Grasshopper San, Jeet Kune Do Guy, also guessed 14 and got 5 bonus points for having correct guesses as well. All right, so WallKicks engaging Trinex. Meanwhile, Chirality is headed up to the gauntlet.
Does have to be a little careful with his magic. Oh wait, he does still have that green potion he got from the fairy, so he should be good. Oh, that's right. Chat reminded me he did use it in Ice Palace.
Almost getting the one cycle there. That last Landmo just getting away from him. Meanwhile, WallKicks is headed inside, so not much he can do to save time on routing and GT. I mean, either full left, full right, Dark Magician. It's not really going to matter when that big key is behind Ice Armos.
Yeah, and this, I mean, at this point, it is Kira's race to lose, but anything is still possible. You know, he could despawn the tower. That's a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of things that could happen. Kira's gonna have to just be very careful with magic here, because doesn't have a whole lot left, but got that lamp, so can preserve the magic.
So that lamp they picked up in Swamp Palace is actually paying off. Even without the lamp, I'm pretty certain these runners are more than comfortable enough doing dark rooms in the game.
And with 17 hearts, blue mail, gold sword, and silvers, Kira has no real incentive to check any other chests up here. There's not much else that could be in them.
Oh, that's unfortunate, taking a fall there.
And it looks like WallKicks has opted to go full left here, so...
Yeah. Control them, please. Okay, there you go. Are you gonna open the chest? No, he will not.
Yeah, like I said, not much can be waiting in that chest. I don't even know how many heart containers we have left, if any. It might all be down to heart pieces.
Yeah, getting 17 hearts at this point of the game, that's... You know, you're pretty healthy. You don't want anything else no more.
Because Kira even knows where red mail is. I'm not sure if that counted as a single or double, but he did get 2 hits. I'm pretty sure that one was a triple.
That was a really nice one.
And that's a very nice Aga 2 from Kira. So we'll be headed on to the Ganon fight real soon here. Meanwhile, WallKicks finding Bombos and half magic on the left side. Not a bad find.
That'll be nice. You know, he could use that, spam that fire rod on doing the climb. Right, with Gold Sword, you just need to do 6 slashes with each phase, so it's gonna be a really simple fight. Already on to phase 3.
Yeah, with Gold Sword and Silver Arrows, this is about as easy as a fight you can ask for. And WallKicks is starting up the gauntlet here. Kira getting a nice fire rod on that torch glitch. Double here, and 1 more silver will do it. And Ganon is now dead. So as soon as Kira crosses that bridge, we can get the official time. But get those GGs in chat for Chirality.
Yeah, GG's for Kira. This was not an easy seed.
All right. Official SRL time for Chirality is, let's see, 2 hours, 1 minute, 8 seconds. GG's to Chirality. And we'll get see if we get Chirality in here for an interview. Meanwhile, WallKicks standing still. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, with that, WallKicks did forfeit immediately after that done from Chirality. That's unfortunate, but it was a rough seed. It was a really rough one.
So we'll try to get them both in here for a quick interview because we've got something coming up here that Speed Game is going to want to tell you all about real soon. So, yeah, we'll let's see.
It looks like we do have WallKicks here. GG's WallKicks.
What a terrible seed. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't blame you. That was a really tough seed. That mirror spot was just not friendly.
I mean, you know what? What can you do on that situation? It's like, I had just finished Mothula. I felt really good about that Mothula fight at 3.5 hearts. Did the front half of Thieves Town. I'm like, all right, I've still got, Hype Cave and the south route. I could dip my toe into Pod, or I can go up the mountain. I'm like, there's really not a whole lot of reason for me to be doing Green Pendant or Thieves Town. And it just happened to be the play.
Yeah, you know, before you went, we found out what was on Green Pendant. Kira had hadn't turned it in yet, but found that bow. That was the first bow that we saw. So we thought it was incredibly lucky that you found that bow in Pod, given that the other one was in Thieves Town. But it turned out that green pendant was required, so that kind of cut away from that little.
Yeah, because I mean, after I'd gotten down to having nothing but Thieves Town, I mean, I was already tilted. Just because, again, it's like, oh look, here's this. This is, this is reason number one why I don't do 1v1s generally anymore, because I find a way to last location my progression, and then I get slapped in the face with, oh hey, look, here's just another bow in Thieves Town, which would have just further sent you all on your way to Pod/Eastern. So,
I mean, I had the... Hi everyone. I
Yeah,
had the opposite point of view in that I got a bow in Thieves Town and I felt really good about myself. At this point I'm like, do I kill blind just for green pendant? Okay, sure, but it's going to be a while before I turn it, but it's fine, I'm going to have it. It's probably a waste of time, probably feels bad, whatever. Then I go to Pod and I find the other bow and I'm thinking, okay, I lost. That's like wasted all my time in Thieves Town. It's going to skip it. He has the bow there, it's going to find another item, like it's over for me, right? And then later on, I just keep looking for things. I eventually think, okay, out of my options, I may as well just go turn in the green pen and see what happens. And then I get a mirror and I think, I won. Okay, great, we're in good shape. And then I last look at the next item, the Shane, and it feels awful. And I think I lost. And then I gamble third rock and get the boots. And I think, oh, I won. And then I die to cold stare and I think, oh, I lost. The entire race was just me changing my opinion of, is there still hope or not? And with that, like, third to last location go mode, like, my only two options after purple chest were checking lumberjack and pulling ped. So at that point, I was like, if Quake was not in the purple chest, I was going to check lumberjack cave, see if Quake was on there. If so, yeah, I go kill Agawon. If not, I go kill Argus and go pull ped. Like, that, those were my options at the end. It went so well.
Yeah, this seed really kind of, the way things were placed, kind of funneled you all into one specific, point of progression here, time after time after time. You both kind of ended up like close to last locationing, like progression several steps of the way. Like it was just a seed where you just had to basically full clear everything.
You had to give in green pendant. You had to dive to rock without ice rod, and you knew it, in the hopes of finding something like boots.
That's just so bad.
Yeah, like you had to do so many dumb, stupid things in order to find your progression. Yeah, just it's one of those scenes where.
Although WallKicks will be chat's champion because he blind pulled Ped. So there is that.
Yeah, you get points for that.
I got that early book, and I was like, no. You know that clip of The Office? Just no, God, no. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was me in
Yeah.
my mind. I'm not checking Ped. It's not Ped. No. So, yeah. At the end, I was regretting not killing Argus because. Okay, so the one item that I was thinking, okay, it might be Ped, was mitts. So when I entered the swamp, I was in my mind, okay, I'm going to kill Argus and probably pull Ped and probably get mitts because that makes sense and nothing else really does. Like a medallion would be awful, but I don't think so. And I found mitts and that changes everything. And I found 5 items and that was worth gambling leaving, so I went for it. It was more likely the progression was going to be in TR or Ice Palace, or I could even enter Mizurmire and just linger there. So that was like the one skip that was correct that I'd made of the entire scene.
Yeah. So we got something coming up on Speed Gaming here real soon. So we're gonna kind of move this along. Do you guys have any final thoughts about the seed, or how you play? Do you think, did you do anything that was out of character or anything like that?
Open mode is boring and uninteresting. I much prefer mystery, cross keys. Give me chaos as opposed to open seeds.
Don't worry, you'll be getting your chance. We'll be getting Mystery Week here very soon. But overall,
Yes.
you guys did do pretty well, considering where all these awful locations, all these items were. So GG's on that. GG's on finishing up. And yeah, WallKicks, I do have a question for you though. Did you forget about the portal? You saved the portal for TR, or was that just oops?
I'm pretty sure I had stopped for 10 seconds after going into the Dark World, and I just like in my head, I'm like, why did I just do that? It was
Okay.
just muscle. Really was just muscle memory, movement. At that point, this seed has done everything to tilt me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's just really unfortunate because at that point, it was still pretty close. It was still kind of close, but when that happened, it's just kind of like, oh, that's really unfortunate,
Yeah. I mean, again, just a bad seed. You practice all week and you do well, and then you do this seed, and it's like, why do I play rando sometimes? It's so dumb.
Yeah. And what about you, Kira? Any final thoughts?
Shoutouts to 7 bunks.
GG's for that.
I'm a hot commodity in the world of fantasy, probably. It's great. Besides that, like, not really anything. I already said, like, it was just an emotional roller coaster, this entire seed. So I just want to thank everyone for, well, you guys for commentating, and the trackers, and everyone involved into restreaming this on SG1.
Yep. Make sure to give the runners a follow. Links are in the chat. It's been our pleasure to bring this match to you. I know me and Gamma had a lot of fun watching it. Irritable behind the scenes tracking. So other than that, we're gonna let this go over to Feasel. We got Bite the Bullet sneak preview. They're gonna tell you more about that, but it looks pretty exciting so far. So we all hope to see you again on the next league action, and have a good night, everybody. Stay tuned.
Final shoutouts. Thank you for Irritable Penguin for tracking again. Really appreciate it. And Jetters for coming with me. And have a good night, everybody.